Hi, welcome back to ODE. Today I'm here to open another box that I received from Spain. There are inside two pens that I bought on eBay, and let's take a look at them. I don't think I will save the box, I will just cut it. And I have here my Victorinox knife with a bright color. Maybe there is a bright colored pen inside. If I could find where the box opens, maybe it is easier. Let's see. Okay, it was easy. Newspaper, which is nice. And then we have here this thing and more newspapers, and that's not what we want now. And we can see here there's ink leaked all around. I don't like that. I don't like that people send pens that are inked. Sometimes they show them on eBay with ink to show some writing samples, and then we get the pens like these and the packages. And this is all awful. And I just have this little piece of paper tissue, and I just hope that this ink will not stain the pens. Okay, so these are the two pens that I got. I will just rinse them with a little water, not cleaning really, and I'll be back in a moment to show you what I got. And here I am back. I had a few minutes where I just rinsed the pens, but I'll need to give them a proper clean. They are not clean. I just rinsed them with water and not much more. So what did I get? I got this pen, which is a Bic. I have to research a little bit to find, let me put a light closer. I need to research a little bit to find out the model. One thing that I really know, it has a big, quite a big nib full of ink, which is this nib with the logo there. One thing I know is that Bic at some time bought Stipen, which was a brand from France that used these kind of nibs, not with the Bic logo, of course, but they got some pens like this kind of design. And I think this is still an adaptation of the work that Stipen made, but marked as Bic. I have here a Stipen Up, and it's very easy to see that the cap is the same. I also have a Harley Davidson made by Stipen that has a nib very similar to that one. I don't have it here around me. I just brought this pen and also this Bic, this other Bic that is a modern one. I got it very recently. Recently, I mean maybe 4 years ago in Brussels. But these are my two Bic pens. This is, I would say, quite more interesting, but it needs to be clean because it's quite dirty with ink. So, nice pen. I'm not sure if it has the grade of the nib stated there anywhere. I don't think so. I'll have to check it carefully after cleaning it properly. It is a cartridge pen and it has these ink windows like the Lamy Safari to see inside. And so I think the cap is exactly the same as in the Stipen. It makes sense. If they bought the other brand, they would use their machinery and maybe some of designs. And the other pen, it still has some water, is a Montblanc. There is a little piece of the white logo that is kind of missing. I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like a sticker that is not well placed, but I'll check it, but it's not a great deal. This was not expensive, and this is, I'm not sure if I can show it to you. It's not that easy. This is a, let me try. I don't think so. I'm having very big problems with this lighting today. So this is a teal color. It is a Montblanc Junior 622, and it is an interesting pen. It is a junior pen. It is a school pen, so it was a cheaper one. And it had, there we go, more inky water. This was a pen for school use that had this kind of nib, and this kind of nib was quite usual back then. This is a pen that was made between 1971 and 1976, so it is a little older than I am, and it is interesting. It has these ink windows with this diamond shape, which is fun, and it is a piston filler, and it should be working. So I will give this a clean and I will make it work. So I find this interesting just to have some more fun to my collection and some more variety. One thing that I noticed, and I didn't notice when I bought it, but I see here that the pen is almost the same size, the cap is almost the same size of the amount of the barrel that comes out of the cap when the pen is capped. So quite big, you see, the size of the cap. Let me see if it posts. Yes, it posts very well and very deeply. I like these kind of pens. I don't like to post all the pens I have, but some of them make sense to be posted, and this is one of those. So really interesting. I have to say that this pen reminds me somehow another Montblanc that I think is from the same time. I didn't check the nib if it says something, but I need to clean it before, so never mind. This reminds me of the Montblanc Carrera, which has the same kind of clip, but this one has little holes, like the driving wheel of the Ferraris. Or Porsche. I think it's Porsche. So this is the Carrera. And you see here, they are quite similar, but if you look at the size of the cap on Junior is much bigger. I find these kind of pens, they are not my favorite type of pens, but I find them interesting because there are many pens from this time from Germany that have the same kind of look, same kind of nib. I have here another one, and this is a Diplomat Pop 505A, I think that is the name of it, and you can find the same thing as still a metal cap and then a colored barrel, and the nib I think fits on the same kind of thing. So these are interesting pens, and I find them all very interesting to talk about. I have to start making my videos about, I told this lots of times before, about similarities on pens, and this is something that goes in that way. I don't think, it's for me very hard to think that all the German brands started copying themselves at some point in time, making all roughly the same model. I just think that maybe this was a kind of look that was very appealing at the time, and so they all went for the same design, and it's not kind of stealing designs, it's just what it is. And this is something interesting to think about, and I think maybe there is some other stuff in common. I think some pen manufacturers by that time had more investment on their higher end pens, and so they had these lower end pens, the school pens, made by other companies to them. It was the case of this one. This was not made, it is a Montblanc, it is a licensed pen, so it is a real Montblanc, but it was made in another factory that made, for example, the Reform. And so I think that some of the pens may have been made in the same kind of factories, and so they have very similar components. But that's just a kind of a theory. I have to dive in that more deeply. And now the first thing I need to do is to properly clean this mess. Look at this. So I'm glad with the seller. I like the pens that I got. It arrived so quickly, but why do people send pens with ink inside? Okay, so this is all. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next video. Bye.